Hi there, and welcome back to another Delphox Cards video. I'm going back to the roots. I actually have cards in front of me. Long story short, my wife and I were going through our basement today. We shipped the kids off, and we said we're going to go through our basement to find stuff for a garage sale. We're going through boxes of a lot of her stuff, and then I see this Packer box. I'm like, what's in here? And I open it up, and it's all these packs of cards. And I don't remember getting this ever. Maybe I never opened the box to know what was in there. I have a good friend of mine from my church here. His name's Steve, and he's given me a lot of cool things. This might have been one of the boxes. Probably was. I think his wife's name was on the outside of it. But it had all these packs of 1990 Pro Set, 91 Pro Set, some Skybox. I don't know from when. Let's take a peek here. 1990 Skybox and the 91 Fleer. So it could be some Jordans in there. This, I think, is going to have a whole lot of nothing to look out for. Also, we're going to peek through some Packer Cop cards, but there are lots of packs here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 packs of Pro Set 90, 2 of 91, 4 of the Skybox, and 2 of the basketball Fleer. So we are going to just have some fun. Realistically, I'm opening these on the channel just for fun. Almost every one of these cards is going to go to my students. They love them. They're going to enjoy them. So we're going to hop into this Pro Set right away. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep track of we're going to keep track of the Packers. And we're going to keep track of the studs. See how many we can get. What's the over under? Let's say, can we get 30 studs out of here? And can we get 10 Packers? That's my 2 ways to win. Trip to Hawaii, to the Pro Bowl. So, and I know, like, a guy like my dad will watch this and go, that is a stud. If he's not a stud to me, he doesn't count. So, Doug Smith, Steve Jordan, stud. I guess minor stud. Matt Millen, Robert Massey, Tootie Robbins, Tootie Robbins, Joe Wolf, Howie Long, absolute unit, absolute stud, Terry McDaniel, Rodney Peete, John Raid, Bernard Clark, Terry Wooden, linebacker, Dan Owens. These pictures are kind of cool. Blair Thomas, and a Franco Harris stud. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to keep the Steve Jordan. I kind of like Steve Jordan. So 3 studs in 1 pack. Okay, 2 studs and a half. 2.5 studs. And the rest can go to my students. They'll enjoy them all they want. All right, and the playbook card, Roger Craig. You know what? I will put Roger Craig in the stud pile. We got a Packer, Brett Fullwood, going in the Packer pile. Gerald Williams, Rich Gannon, stud. Ron Hall, Chris Jackie, stud plus a Packer. We got Lionel Washington, Ricky Ellison, Curtis Duncan, Keith Taylor, Dennis Brown, Quinn Early, Mark Spindler, Stan Humphries, and a super stud in Jerry Rice. You know what? I don't know if I can count I can't count these cards. These are on their own. I think you get one of those in every pack. So far, 4 studs. Man, all these years, these have not been open. 35 years, and I'm cracking into them. David Meggett. We got a Packer in Tim Harris, and he was a stud. Leroy Horde. Barry, absolute stud. Courtney Nall. Mark May, Irving Fryer, Reggie Roby, kind of a cool one, Kelly Stouffer, Sean Jones, technically a Packer, but he's not wearing a Packer uniform, so I'm not going to put him in there. James Williams, Andre Collins. We've got here Ronnie Lott. Though I can't call that a Ronnie Lott card. It's like a picture card. Ben Smith. Payne Stewart. Who's wearing a Packer? Huh. However, he is wearing Green Bay Packer, but he's not a player, so I don't know who this guy is. Golfer in here. Doug Williams, Super Bowl MVP. I'll put him in there. I kind of like those cards, to be honest. I don't have a Doug Williams in that. Kind of like that. Man, we've been going for 6 minutes. This is going to be a long video. In for the long haul, the long rip. We've got Odessa Turner, kind of a cool name there. Rich Camarillo, Walter Stanley, Russ Grimm, Ronnie Harmon, Kurt Warner, wrong one, Scott Case, Andre Rison. I'm going to put Andre in the stud category. Jeff Harrod, Mickey Schuler, Tim Grunhard with a Packer in the background. Doesn't count. Ron Cox, he was very good. Maybe I'm thinking the wrong guy, but I thought he was good. Commissioner at the Berlin Wall. These are some wacky cards. Tony Stargell, and then Marcus Allen Super Bowl card. I might have to count that as part of the studs. Who do we got here? Who do we got? Joey Browner. We got Kent Hull. Harbaugh. Can't count him as a stud, though. Don't like the guy. Rod Woodson. Absolutely a stud. Eric Ball. Fred Smearless. Bruce Kozerski. David Galloway. Tom Thayer. Danny Stubbs. Darian Connor. Greg McMurtry. NFL Overseas. Hey, Chris Carter. Now that's stud. And then a Terry Bradshaw Super Bowl card. On to the next one. And then we'll do a count after this one. How many studs we got? Oh, I see one already. Chris Dolman. I know he was good. He's not in my personal. Thurman Thomas, however, stud. Jim Dabrowski. Jay Hilgenberg, I know was also very good. Not for me, though. Mike Webster. Mark Carrier in the Pro Bowl. Ooh, the Nigeria Nightmare. Christian Okoye, stud. Anthony Munoz, stud. This is a very good pack. We got 3 studs already. Andy Heck. Steve Walsh. We got a Packer and Tony Bennett. Coach for the Virginia Cavaliers. Just kidding. Wendell Davis. Jeff Alm, Fred Barnett, I know was actually okay. John Riggins, Super Bowl card. I like those actually. Will we hit the auto? JK. We got Jerry, stud. We got Bill Fralick on the radio. Hey! Reggie. Not wearing the Packer uniform, but stud. Reggie Rutland, Gary Anderson, hey, the Mandrich, Packer, Mike Pitts, Ray Bentley, Eugene Daniel, Chet Brooks, Cedric Mack, Brian Blados, Rob Moore. The Raiders stay in LA, now they're back. And then, ya boy, Joe Montana. Man, these are cool arts on here. On to the next one. Come on, we need some more Packer cards. What are we doing here? 30 and 10 is what we needed. Mark Bavaro. We got Jackie Slater, good old Jackie. Trace Armstrong, Alfred Anderson, Mike Lansford, Packer, Ken Ruckers. Love the Packers there. Jeff Dellenbach, Jeff Cross, Mark Jackson, Rod Bernstein Bears, Ronald Lewis, Vince Buck, Ken Clark, the American Bowl Broncos v Seahawks in Tokyo, Phil Simms Super Bowl card. All right, I said I was going to count up, and then I didn't. After this pack, somebody remind me. Leave a comment. Tell me you don't really pay attention that much. Henry Ellard, not Isaac Bruce. Pat Swilling, Keith Jackson, stud. James Thornton, Tom Tupa. Tom Tupa, I just watched a video about him. Ricky Reynolds, Byron Evans, Doug Weedell, Terry Kinnard, sounds like a guy from Luxembourg, Wisconsin, Greg Cragen, Anthony Johnson. Hey, Anthony Johnson. I follow him on TikTok. Not a stud, but I kind of like that card, so I'll keep him off to the side. Aaron Wallace, Anthony Thompson. What is this now? The Pro Football Hall of Fame photo contest of who? Doesn't matter. Chuck Howley, linebacker, Super Bowl card. We are cooking through here. Okay, I forgot to do it again. I just get so excited. Next pack. Who are we going to find? Will Wolford. Singletary. Stud. Rick Fenney. Tunch Ilkin. Sick name. Jeffrey Holmes. Packer. David Richards. Pete Manley. Derek Thomas. Stud. Michael Brooks. Pat Beach. Peter Tom Willis. Oof. Eric Davis. Hey, the Gatorade card. Lamar Lathan and another Joe Montana. Actually, though, is this the first repeat of like a decent card? I might have repeats in here, but okay, dude. It's becoming a joke at this point. Hey, I see a Packer on the back, so even though he does not count, unfortunately, in my arbitrary rules here. Keith Millard. Andre Reed, stud. Stan Brock. Sean Gale. Chris Spielman. Eugene Marv. Warren Moon, absolute stud. Johnny Rembert. Kevin Ross. Dennis McKinnon. Jeff Ulinake. Mike Fox. Howard Ballard. Andre Ware. And a classic in Bart Starr. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs left. What do we got for a count here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Packers. I don't know if we're going to get it. We need 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 studs. We need 12 more studs. We need 3 more Packers. Maybe I'll count these. I don't know. It's kind of unfair because you get one in every pack. Oh, Pete Metzelaars. Counting it for a stud. John Robinson. Raven Caldwell. John Taylor. Courtney Hall. I know John Taylor is good. Boomer Esiason stud. Farrell Edmonds. John Offerdahl. James Dixon. Keena Turner. Oliver Barnett. Ronaldo Turnbull. Falcons are black and black. We've got Ben Smith and then a Randy White and Harvey Martin card there. We did add the studs. 2 studs in that one. I think that puts us at the count at 20. Myron Gooten. Rick Camarillo, I remember getting that one already. Tim Irvin, Joe Jacoby, and Dave Brown. We got a Packer. 2 to go. Doug Smith, Michael Haynes, Jeff Pelluer, Tim Green, Dave Craig. Just watched a video about him too. Kevin Haverdink. Haverdink. Reggie Cobb. Photo contest card. We got Tom Hodson and another Doug Williams. So another repeat there. We need 2 more Packers. We need 10 more studs. And we've got a Packer here in Sterling Sharp. Beautiful. Don Beebe. I'm going to count in the studs pile. Love Don Beebe. Eric McMillan. Carl Lee. Tim Crumry. Hardy Nickerson. Counting in the studs. He's a Packer. Rodney Holman. David Fulcher. Brian Blades. Mel Gray. Keith McKellar. Houston Hoover. Johnny Bailey. And a Packer. Alan Weingrad. And a Joe Montana Super Bowl card. Are we caught up now on Packers? I think we might have surpassed our Packer count. We're behind on the studs. Jeff Hostetler. Lewis Sharp. Ken Stills. Todd Bowles. Lee Williams. Bobby Humphrey. Duron Cherry. Jesse Tuggle stud. Steve Sewell. Ray Donaldson. Harold Green. Mark Carrier, Eric Andelsek, Cortez Kennedy stud, and then a Namath Super Bowl. Hey, having never really opened up a pro set before, this is kind of enjoyable. Now, if you take a look here, I'm not keeping any of these, so that I would never buy these, but really fun to open for free on the channel. Mark Ripien, I'm going to count. Don't really care about him. Can't count him as a stud. Leon Seals, Dennis Gentry, Hobie Brenner, Bubba Paris, Brian Brennan, Marcus Allen stud, Scott Davis, Dennis Gibson, Carl Mecklenburg. I know he was decent, but not for me. Anthony Smith, Gary Lewis, Robert Awalt, Ron Stallworth, and Plunkett, one of the most overrated quarterbacks, they say. Okay, we'll see how much we failed by. Last pack magic for this one, and then we're on to the other packs. We'll cook through those. Charles Mann, Sean Ledenta, Lawrence Taylor, absolute stud. Ron Rivera. Is that the Ron? That is Riverboat Ron. Counting it. Stud. Freddie Joe Nunn, Randy Grimes, Ron Heller, Ron Brown. You see that right there? Good news. Ron Brown, Alan Pinkett, Dennis Smith, and Leroy. Sick. Richmond Webb, Carwell Gardner. The NFL goes international. And a Bart Starr. All right. Did we do it? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, it's going to be close. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3 short of the 30. So not a bad, I mean, you had these in there, which they don't count. But not a bad guess for what I've seen on TikTok. And then we beat this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We beat it by 1. That was a very good estimate. I like getting the Packer cards. And then Anthony Johnson. I like that card. And our stack of losers. We're going to open up these 2 pro sets here. Over under. We're going to go 5 studs, 5 studs, 1 Packer for these. 5 studs, 1 Packer. All right. Paul Farron, Clarence Verdon, Bill Brooks, Guy McIntyre. Tim Irwin. There's our Packer. Johnny Holland. Jeff Criswell. Sammy Smith. Chris Miller. Ingram. Super Bowl card. Whitney wows him at the Super Bowl. I should give it to my mom. She loves this national anthem. I'll put that off to the side. I'm going to give it to her as a joke. Tom Dooley. Warren Moon. I always like these cards. Chris Stallman. I'll count it. Count it as a stud. I didn't count him before, though, so I can't count him even though I like that card. Mike Riley. Okay, let's go one stud. We got our Packer. Can we get one stud? Anthony Munoz. Nailed it. That's a true stud. David Wyman. Tommy Kane. Marv Cook. Cortez. Counted. Mark Duper. Counted. Fred Barnett. Marion Butts. Mike Munchak. Howie Long. Counted. Newsroom. U.S. troops watch the Super Bowl. Neat. Herschel Walker. Counted. Jay Novacek. Counted. Barry. Counted. Kerwin Bell for the Orlando Thunder. Did we hit the quota in one pack? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and a Packer. I don't know if I said 2 or not, but cool. All right. Basketball left. Let's do the 91 basketball. Jordan. We just want a Jordan. I don't have a counter here. So let's just get an MJ. Mike Schuler. Barkley. Chris Mullins. Sick. Xavier, the X-Man. Jerry Sloan. Glenn Rice. Man, good pack. Reggie Williams. Alvin Robertson. Wes Unseld. Kind of cool. Mark Jackson. Good card. Cliff Livingston. Carl. Cliff Livingston. Why did I put you in here? Carl Malone. Bob Hill. A lot of coaches. Jim Les. AC Green. These are D's. Actually not the worst. I've seen these a lot. Never opened them though. My dad had a ton of these growing up. These are like the ones you expect gum with them. Rod Strickland. Don Nelson. Jerome Kersey. Mo Cheeks. Hey, sweet card and David Robinson there. Armin Grilliam. John Battle. Joe Dumars. Larry Smith. Lionel Simmons, Larry, legend, Willie Burton, Jeff Hornacek, Michael Williams, Muggsy. Cool. All right. Skybox. Really would love to see an MJ come out of here. Our last 4 packs in this 20-some minute video. Might be even a half an hour, but it's a lot of packs to cook through. So here we go, everybody. We're shooting for the Jordan. Let's give a number here. It's fun to shoot for something. We're going to go 10 studs. 10 studs. 10 studs, and we hope for a Jordan. George McLeod. Lang. Andrew Lang. Joe Wolf. Rolando Blackman. Mo Cheeks. Eric Lecker, Mookie Blaylock, Terry Catledge, Leonard Copeland. These are just so 90s. Harold Presley, Paul Mokesi. There's a stud. Charles Barkley, Rex Chapman, John Long, Jerome Lane. Not promising when you get one guy out of them. One. Looking for a Jordan. Reggie Lewis. Could have been. Jeff Martin. Jerome Kersey. Tellis Frank. Worthy is a stud. He's worthy of it. Michael Ainsley. Will Purdue. Purvis Short. Scott Brooks. Look at the hair on that guy. Eddie Johnson. Zarko Paspalj. Herb Williams. Chris Mullen is a stud. Certified checklist. Bill Cartwright. Not looking like we're going to get 10. We have 3 in 2 packs. So realistically 6. Still shooting for 10. Kelly Tripucka. No, I can't do it. Kevin Willis. No, I wouldn't put him in my books. Gary Grant. Can I talk? Kevin Duckworth. Terry Davis. Buck Williams. Good, not great. Mark Akers. Daryl Walker. Chris Morris. Sam Vincent. Greg Grant. Caldwell Jones. Bill Wennington. X-Man. He's going to the studs. I love him. Okay, we've got 4 cards that I would ever consider putting in a book. Will this entire pack be good? At least 6 of the cards. Probably not based on what we've seen, but we'll see. Mike Sanders, Mike McGee, Larry Drew. I think he was a Bernard King stud. Johnny Newman, Mark Allaire, Lester Connor, Sidney Green, Mike Kaminsky, Wayman Tisdale, Steve Alford, Jeff Malone, Mark Price stud, Michael Holton, The Microwave, Vinnie Johnson. We came up short. No Jordan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that was pretty accurate. And these guys are all solid to me, so. Okay. Woo! We did it. We got one more thing to show here. We got the Packer 2015, I don't have any of these, 2015 Packer police cards. Mason Crosby, Morgan Burnett. Haha. Claymaker. Hey, went to a Dragon Ball Z movie with Mike Daniels. Iowa Hawkeye. Randall Cobb. Oh, one of my favorite. He was also at the movie. Eddie Lacy. BJ Raji. Lauren's favorite. Micah Hyde. Sam Shields. Julius Peppers. Tim Maste, A-Raj, Jordy, Mike, hey, 2017, Corey Linsley, Ty Montgomery, Nick Perry, the Rip himself, Ripkowski, Mason, Mike Daniels. Kind of cool because I don't have any of these. Clay Matthews, Kenny Clark, Devon House, Randall Cobb, Bakhtiari, haha, Brian Bulaga, Devontae, Morgan Burnett, Demarius Randall. Thought he was going to be really good. He wasn't. Jordy, Raj, McCarthy, and your boy Ted Thompson. All right. This might be the longest video I've ever made. So, neat. A lot of cards here. You can see the ones I liked versus the ones I didn't. I knew that was going to be the case. But as always, thank you for watching. May God bless you and have a good one.